Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech, and this isn't a phone review, guys. In fact, I don't even know what kind of a video this is going to be, but this is what I'd like to coin Frankie Tech's Phone-stravaganza. The Phone-stravaganza. I don't even know if that's a word. You take extravaganza, you take phone, you combine it. Phone-stravaganza. Sounds like an Italian dish or something. Doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, this is just going to be the comparison of all comparisons because I figured, what the hell? You know, I have all these phones sitting out here. I have all these phones just in my bag. I'm carrying them around, and kind of like MKBHD does, I think probably at the end of each year, where he does like phone awards. I'm going to do kind of just a quick comparison of the phones I have as of today. And today is, and my Apple Watch is dead, so that's not going to work. Today is the, if I'm not mistaken, it's like the 20th or 21st of August. And we are going to compare the phones that I have on the 21st of August here, right here on Frankie Tech. So let's get started. So first we're going to get started with the Xiaomi phones. So Xiaomi phones, as you know, I've been reviewing Xiaomi phones. In fact, that's where I got my start on this channel, was with Xiaomi phones. So I'm just going to kind of, in no random order, kind of pick a phone. And what I'm going to do here in this kind of interesting Frankie Tech comparison, in this Phone-stravaganza, I'm going to give you one pro, one con, and my final verdict on each phone. So that's how we're going to do on each phone. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, and we're going to put them down, you know, each phone as we go. So let's start with one of the older ones here, the Redmi Note 5. So what's my one pro on this phone? What's the one main pro that I have on this phone? Well, the main pro is performance to price. Because Snapdragon 636 can probably not be had at a better price at the lower levels than this phone right here. And the Redmi Note 5 is definitely an amazing value for what it still offers even to this day. Great performance. What's the con? Well, the con, I'd have to say, is that it's getting old, design-wise. This is plastic right here. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but this is metal, and this is plastic. And that just doesn't fly in 2018. So that is a big no-no for this phone. I'm sorry, all you Redmi Note 5 lovers, but your phone is out of date. It's out of date. It's time to move on. That's my major con for this phone. So verdict, very nice phone for the price, great budget value, but it's getting old in the tooth. So I'm going to put that right over here. Next phone. One of the Xiaomi phones. And this is and it's not even on, the Mi A2 Lite, also known as the Redmi 6 Pro. So let's talk quickly, as this is turning on, about the pro, the con, and my thoughts on it. What are the pros? Well, the pro is that for the price, this is an amazing phone. Very good look, and very very modern look for the price overall. You got the notch display, 5.88-inch screen, very good value for the price. I paid just under, I want to say just under $200 US for this phone. So, I mean, in fact, I paid around $170. And there you see it. There you see it lined up. It is a great value for the money. And I ran the Redmi 6 Pro previous to this, but with the Mi A2 Lite, I would say it's performance, amazing value with the stock interface. That's the pro. The con, Snapdragon 625. Snapdragon 625. That is unacceptable in 2018. I'm sorry. But if you're buying the Snapdragon 625 phone in 2018, you really need to be a very casual user. Because if you're a power user, or if you're even a mid-tier user, this phone will not be enough. So my verdict on this phone, great design, display, kind of crappy back design, and these just okay cameras, but really let down by the poor performance. So I'm going to put this right over here because I think really in terms of performance and just in terms of what it offers, the Mi A2 Lite / Redmi 6 Pro is at the end of the list. Next phone on the list of the Xiaomi phones, at least the ones I have, the Mi A2. The Mi A2. Look at this beautiful red. And let's do the pros and cons real quick. The pros. Android One with great performance. Probably the best Android One experience on any phone that's offering it. An amazing experience overall. And the Snapdragon 660 flies on this phone. It flies. It is very snappy. And it is pretty much the kind of processor that you want on this phone. That is the pro. 660 top mid-ranger performance on Android One. And what's the negative? What is the negative of this phone? Battery life. Battery life on this phone, as you see it there, and I don't even put the percentage anymore because it just runs down so quickly. I just can't deal with it. Battery life on this phone is not great. It's okay, but once you've done the kind of drain tests I've been doing with the Mi Max 3 and the Honor Note 10 in the past couple weeks, gosh, this battery, even if I'm not using it, it's going to run down. It's going to be dead after a couple days. It's not the best battery, so that's the major con. And conclusion on this phone, great performance, probably the best all-around experience that I can really offer, that Xiaomi is offering at this price bracket, at the $250 to $300 range. The best price to performance at this bracket, but with really mediocre battery life. So I'm gonna put this right here because I still appreciate the design and the kind of modern look of the actual the Mi 6X. I said the Mi A2 versus the Redmi Note 5. And the last Xiaomi phone right here, you probably guessed it, Mi Max 3, baby. Mi Max 3 Pro. Amazing battery life, amazing display for the size, just a great blank canvas, a huge canvas for anything you want to do. For the price, there's nothing better in terms of just overall size and performance. That's the pro. What's the con? The con is two things, but I'll try to keep it down to one. Chinese ROM and just general overall quality versus other large flagships, other large phablets overall. The Mi Max 3 would be the best phablet in a perfect world where there's no other phone to compare it to. But we have the Honor Note 10 now. And in a world where the Honor Note 10 is existing, and you can see it there, sometimes you will have those stutters. This is the Snapdragon 636, which is good performance. It's very good performance, but it will just not cut it against the Note 10. It just won't, guys. So that's the major con, is that you are not getting the best big phone. You are just not getting it. If for the price you are, but overall the best big phone, you're not getting it. And so in conclusion, amazing phone, amazing battery, great camera, great display, decent enough, and for the price, the best that Xiaomi is offering today, period. And I rate it my all-time favorite phone, at least, of this bunch. And there's the order, there's the list. The Mi Max 3 is your Xiaomi #1 performer of all the phones I have, just because it's unbelievable. And now let's go to the next phones. I'm just going to make sure this doesn't fall asleep. So I can keep going here. Let's go to the Huawei. The Huawei phones. The Huawei phones, as you already know, are the Honor and Huawei phones that I've been reviewing recently. And let's start with the big boy right here, the Honor Note 10. What's the pro? The pro of this phone, incredible display, battery, and gaming performance. Incredible. Just a joy to use. And you see it there, I have it getting ready there, guys. The gaming test is ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing that gaming test versus the Honor Play. And now I'm going to have to throw in the Nova 3 there for that gaming test there, because I'm going to compare all three there. But for gaming and for this amazing big display, look at this. I know it's 350 ppi, but you know what? There's no better canvas to enjoy everything that you have than this phone. What's the major con of this phone? Major con, and this is like a major con, and I know you guys know it already, no headphone jack. Now, that's not as big a deal for me, but I know for you guys, it is pretty much a deal breaker that a phone this big, and there's no excuse at this point, wouldn't have a headphone jack. So that's the major con of this one. In conclusion, I'm going to put this bad boy right here. This bad boy is going to be right in the middle there. Let's see where he ends up in the final analysis. And the next phone on the list, the Honor Play. What's my pro? What's my con? And then what is my final, at this point, verdict of this phone? Well, my pro is price to performance king. That's what this phone is, because if you're going to pick between all the Honor phones I'm going to show you tonight, they are all running the same processor. And you can see it here. This phone is running the same processor as all the other Honor and Huawei phones I'm going to show you here. And so for the price, for that around 2,200 to 2,500 Hong Kong dollars, so around that $300 price point, you will find no better here, no better there, no better anywhere. You will find no better than this. This is your price to performance king. So that's your pro. What's your con? And this is my major con after playing with the Nova 3 tonight. Is just the build quality, just the phone experience. This looks like every Honor phone that I've had or that I've tried in the last 2 years. It's boring. It's absolutely boring. And I felt it the moment I got it. I was like, wow, that display is so nice. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just another metallic phone. And this is my kind of PS, second con here. These antenna lines, they're nasty. They're disgusting. Honor, Huawei, what were you thinking? They look like some dude put his pants on this phone and left a bunch of lint, left a bunch of jean jacket, jean pants and felt right there. That's BS right there. That is a joke. These antenna lines are an absolute joke. And I know someone else in the comment section pointed it out there. They're like, I'm sad you got the blue one there because the antenna lines look like crap. Well, you're right, man. And I'm kind of wishing I had the black one now, because at least they would be masked. But on the blue one, they look terrible. The design of this phone is very uninspiring. I'm not a huge fan of it. And honestly, I think you already know where this is going to go. Final verdict on this one. I haven't tested the gaming yet, and I'm sure the 970 is going to do very great for this. But for the price, if you're only price sensitive, then you have your answer. This is your phone. And you do it despite the kind of very average to kind of lower than average design of this phone. It's not ugly, okay? I'm not saying it's ugly. It's terrible. But once you've experienced the beauty, look at this. Look at the beauty of this phone. Look at that. once you've experienced, Huawei and kind of Honor and could just overall that company's design ethos and kind of philosophy now, well, you know what? Then this is just not going to cut it anymore. So I'm going to put this one right here, and it is just not. It's just not cutting it anymore. So that's right there. So we're going to have to decide where the next phone goes. And obviously this one is brand new. So if you guys haven't seen just the latest unboxing there, you're going to be shocked when you see this. Boom. What's that? What is that? What is that? Well, guess what? It is the Huawei Nova 3. Not the 3i, guys, okay? This is the 3. This is the 970 processor. Every phone here is running the 970. I'm not messing around with any of these cheaper processors, okay? These are 970s, baby, okay? These are 970s, and this is the reason why I loved this phone the moment I saw it. So I'm going to give you my pros and cons of this phone here. The Huawei Nova 3. There it is, Huawei Nova 3, and this is the new contestant here in our list. So what's the pro? What's the pro? The pro is this, guys. The pro is just the absolute most gorgeous. And let's kind of bring the light closer here. I want you guys to see how amazing. Look at this phone. It is just spectacular. So, design, unbelievable. Slick, beautiful, beautiful glossy edge there, aluminum edge. And honestly, this color is called, just for your information there, guys, it is called Iris Purple. You can see it there. It's amazing. I've been seeing the P20 Pro recently, and I think that was their first attempt. That was Huawei's first attempt at that kind of look, the green to purple. That was too much of a transition. This blue to purple look is incredible. It is just, I can't wait to show it to you guys in the actual light, because it is just gorgeous. And I honestly, let's see if I can try to get some sort of a torch on this thing. So I'm gonna borrow this phone right here, and let's get some lighting on this bad boy there. Look at that. It is just amazing. And so the con of this phone, that's the pro. The pro is the design, the look, unbelievable. What's the con of this phone? The con of this phone is really the price. Because the reality is this phone costs the same as your Honor Note 10 right over there. I got this phone for around 3,800 Hong Kong dollars, so just under the 500 US dollar mark there for phones. And you know, this is trying to compete against the OnePlus 6. I'll be curious to see how it does. But one thing I will tell you right now, you see it there, the bezel on this phone is making a statement. It is making a statement that Huawei knows that putting the actual kind of fingerprint sensor there on their P20 Pro was a mistake. They're losing the screen to body ratio war, and this phone is a clear addressing of that issue. This phone is screen to body ratio master. Like this phone is a master of that. You can tell already just from like yes, I know it has a notch, and for all you notch haters, well, you know, you're gonna hate this phone anyway. But for all you non-notch haters, you see there, look at this lower bezel there. It is looking really nice, and that is really amazing. But for the price, and that's the major con, you can get phones that are cheaper. There's the Honor Play at using the Kirin 970 than this phone. And you have other phones like the Honor 3i, like like all these other phones that have come out that may be offering better value for the price. But I'm telling you right now, final verdict on this phone, at least for now, it's the most beautiful phone in the world. and unless you guys have held one of these, you may kind of contradict me. You may tell me the P20 Pro looks better, but until you guys see this phone in person, I want you to tell me that I'm wrong, because in the lighting, and I can't wait to show you in full lighting, this phone is unreal. So I'm going to put this phone, just because of the newness factor and just because of the amazingness factor and because of the better cameras and everything, I'm putting this at the top of my list. I love you, Honor Note 10, but man, I'm a design guy. I studied architecture, guys. I studied architecture, okay? I'm a design guy, and when it comes to design, this phone is unbelievable. But it's a very close first place between these two, and the Honor Note Play, though the Honor Play is dead last there. And so now let's go into like the final kind of section here, which is kind of all the other phones, or I like to call, basically everyone else. And so you can kind of see here which phones I've been using, which ones I haven't. But just gonna kind of give a quick view here of this phone. This is the, that's the Nokia X6, Nokia 6.1, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It's the Nokia X6. And this phone, let's kind of lower the nightlight version there. There, the nightlight is off. And there's the Nokia X6. And this phone is great. I mean, it's actually kind of, I enjoy using it. I actually enjoy using this phone software-wise, and then I actually enjoy kind of looking at it. Like, looking at it, it's nice, but it's kind of pretty average. I don't like that this is so flat here. I already mentioned that in a previous video. What are the pros and the cons? The pro is the software. The software of this phone, it even feels more stock, I would say, than even the the Mi A2 and the Mi A2 Lite. It feels really, really stock. One really awesome point here. Why? You see that? Did you see what I just did there? I used the actual notification side, just like the Pixel, to kind of swipe my notifications down. And that is not available on the Mi A2 and the Mi A2 Lite. It's available on the Nokia X6. So just for that, the stock experience and the Android experience overall of this phone, it is great. And now what's the major con? The major con is the design and the value ratio. The design, it's just kind of average. Like I mentioned, I don't like it that it's so flat and that there's no kind of 3D glass there. I don't like that. And then the other major issue really is just the price. I mean, for the price, you can get almost the Mi A2 for the price of this phone. This is the 660. This is the 636. This phone loses. Boom. It loses. It just loses. Now, I know you guys are saying, oh, what about the Nokia 7 Plus? Oh, what about it? Well, I don't have that phone, guys. But this phone, at least the one Nokia phone I do have, this phone just is not to the level of these ones. I'm going to put it on the side here. But if I had to kind of slot it in between these phones, I'd probably put it like either right here or right here. It's definitely kind of one of my lesser favorite phones. And you probably notice that's why, because of all the, just the kind of the lack of coverage that I've been giving it. You know what? I'm a human being, guys, and I definitely have my preferences, as you know already. So, it's just one of those things that it's definitely not my favorite phone. But in terms of software, I really do appreciate what they're doing there. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to throw one last phone here, guys, for you. And this is not even my phone, but this is my wife's phone. But this is a phone that I think should be included in the list here. Not even for the fact that I've reviewed it or anything like that, but just the fact that this phone is still relevant in this day and age. And this kind of represents all the phones of this manufacturer right here. And that's right. That is the iPhone. That's the iPhone 8 Plus right here. And this iPhone, obviously, as you can tell, every single phone on this table looks more modern than this phone. This phone looks ancient now. It just looks ancient. I mean, the only part that looks modern really is the back. And, that's it. And it's got a very beautiful back. It's still got this beautiful gold finish there, and it's got this cream gold kind of color. But if you're talking about overall, overall kind of just look and experience, I mean, in terms of just display quality, the display quality in this phone is amazing. But the design, just the overall design, when I hold the iPhone 8 Plus, I feel like I'm like 2 years ago. I'm like living 2 years ago. And just case in point, I want you to think about this. The Nova. Look at this. The Nova 3 has a 6.3-inch display, and the iPhone 8 Plus has a 5.5-inch display. And look at that. They are, in fact, the Nova, you see it there, the Nova 3 is even smaller, and it's got a screen. It's like from another era. It's like no joke. It is just from another era. So this phone, what are the pros and the cons? The pro of this phone, honestly, is iOS. It's just the whole ecosystem of Apple. If you're in that ecosystem, there's nothing better, and it really is. It sucks you in. I'm still sucked in to this ecosystem. I've been, I love my Android phones, but I still use an iPhone on a weekly basis all the time, and it is just hard to get away. Your iMessage, all of your iCloud services, it is hard to get away from Apple, and it's just to make it so, they make it so easy, they make it so foolproof to just like be a part of the ecosystem on iOS. But what's the major negative of this phone? You see it right there. The design of this phone is lousy. It's just lousy at this point. It's like Apple, the fact that they're selling this phone new in their stores today is a joke. It's just an absolute joke. And that's why I can't wait for the iPhone 10 Plus to come out, because the 10 Plus is going to make this all right. And once the 10 Plus comes out, then we're going to have a true big phone successor to the 8 Plus series that will actually, and it's the phone I've been waiting for a year, because I've been using the iPhone 10 this whole time. It's the phone I've been waiting for, and that is it. I just can't wait. So the verdict on the iPhone 8 Plus is that it is a great software phone destroyed by its hardware experience, because this phone is just way too old, and I'm going to just put it over there. But that's pretty much it, guys, for this phone-stravaganza. So I don't know what kind of comparisons I was going to make from these phones. I really don't know. You see them all there. I mean, and I can ask you guys what kind of comparisons you'd want to see with these phones right here, because you know what, there's so many. Like, kind of move it over there, there's so many phones there. I don't even know where to start. Obviously I'm going to start with kind of comparisons down here, but now that I have the Nova 3, I definitely have an Honor comparison that I'm going to do very soon, and I'll be definitely curious to see how I bring the actual iPhone 8 Plus into the mix here. But I'm filming, and just so you guys don't know this, I'm filming with my iPhone 10. And yours truly right here, Frankie Tech, has been filming with the iPhone 10 for so many videos. And so I got to give it a shout out here to the iPhone 10 that's actually filming this entire video right here. And I'm definitely going to be doing my kind of final comparison and retrospective of the iPhone 10, because I will definitely be getting rid of that phone very soon before I get the new iPhone. But new iPhones, new Pixels, new amazing phones coming out. That's what Frankie Tech is all about. This has been my phone-stravaganza. How many phones do you see right here? That is 9 unbelievable phones right there for you all to see. And it is an amazing turn of events that I would ever even be in this position, sharing all of my kind of love for tech for you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate your support. You have no idea what this means to me to be able to kind of share my insights on these phones with you guys. And I just wanted to tell you that from the bottom of my heart, guys. So appreciate this, my kind of first phone extravaganza. I think the next one's going to be a bit more kind of organized, but stay tuned, because I'll probably plan to do this like once every 6 months and kind of see where I'm at with phones. And, I guess the last question you're probably wondering is, which is my favorite of all these phones right here? Which is my favorite of all these phones? That's a really, really tough question. If I had to pick one phone from this entire group right here, just in terms of overall performance, stock, or non-EMUI or kind of MIUI software, which is the phone that I would pick? And this is going to surprise you guys, because it's not one that you may be thinking about, but maybe it is. It is this one right here. That's right, guys. It's the Mi A2. And this phone is not better at anything than these other phones, but it is the phone that I find myself using other than my iPhone 10 more than any other. And I think I know why, because this is kind of my Pixel replacement in the meantime until the Pixel 3 XL comes out. And I generally use my iPhone 10 or my iPhone and my Android phone, my Google phone of choice, as my daily drivers every day. And this is almost kind of has almost taken over as that kind of replacement Pixel in my life right now. So that's probably why I've been using the Mi A2 more than any of these other phones just overall. And it's really not about the hardware at all. It's about the software and the kind of performance ratio that I get out of it. I think that's probably why I would pick the actual Mi A2 for myself. Now, obviously, that will vary for every one of you, and every one of these phones will offer a lot of value. And I'd probably say second place, I've been using the Honor Note 10 the most, just because of the actual gaming experience. It's been my gaming powerhouse for this, but I can't wait to test it against these other phones. So stay tuned for that, guys. This has been a very long, meandering video, but you know what? This was just something I wanted to experiment with and show you guys every single phone that I have here for you guys to kind of have a look at and really compare. So give me your thoughts. Which phone of these do you like the most? Which is your favorite phone of this entire bunch? Hit me up in the comments there. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up. I know it was a little bit long, but you know what? I just felt like doing it and doing it one straight take of this video. It's been one straight take. No editing. This is just Frankie in the flesh, just sharing his thoughts with you guys. So definitely hit me up in the comments there. And if you like this video, give me that thumbs up. And if you loved it, if you love the content of this channel, definitely subscribe to it. I really do appreciate it. I'll leave it with that, guys. I'll leave you with that. And this is where I say, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Y'all have a good one.